Hey guys, Huz here, bringing you another episode of League Discussion. Now, the first thing I really want to quickly say is you'll notice I am playing a support this game in this kind of game that I'm doing in the background of this League Discussion. People have asked me to do support commentaries, and the fact is I don't play enough as support to regularly put them up. But I do have this one that I could potentially do. Now, you will have a spoiler in this game for the first 10 minutes, but if you want to see the whole thing, which the game is about half an hour long, if you do want to see the whole thing, say in the comments below and I will do the full commentary of it. If not, then you have the first 10 minutes or so, however long this league discussion takes. So the topic about this league discussion today is Season 4. What are you going to do at the start of it? My advice, all that type of thing. I've been through 2 season transitions now. I was in Season 1, and I went from Season 1 to Season 2, and then I've gone from Season 2 to Season 3. So this will be my 3rd season transition in Season 3 to 4. So what is my advice for Ranked? When should you start playing Ranked? What champions, what roles, etc. should you kind of play to try and get your best start into League of Legends in Season 4? So the first thing is, when should you start playing Ranked? Now, a lot of people debate this question in that either I'm not going to play right at the start because that's when like everybody's mixed in a big group and you could end up with diamonds with bronze players if that could happen, or diamond with gold players. I'm not going to play then. I'm going to let things settle down so I'm with my own skill level and then I can move up. Where I'm going to give you some advice that is kind of a double whammy. If you are a very good player, so if you are a diamond, well, I'd say gold or higher, so if that is a good player, a gold or higher player, then play straight away. In that, as mentioned, the MMR system makes it so everybody kind of does go down a little bit, but it does kind of try and even it out as well as it can. That you will meet diamond players or diamond players at the start of the season, but you are more than likely going to meet lower players as well. So a diamond player will meet a gold player, a diamond player will meet platinum players as well. So if you are in that situation that you do want to go up really quickly and you do believe in your skill level, then yes, play straight away in the season. Even if you're gold, you could potentially meet silver players, you could meet bronze players occasionally. That is rare though. So as mentioned, just to summarize that little point, if you are very confident in that you are good with your skill level, and you really do think that you're, good at the game, and it's hard to actually phrase, but play straight away, as you'll be people that aren't, or you may end up with people that are a bit lower skill than you, and use that to your own advantage. Now, what for the opposite? So if you're sitting in bronze, if you're sitting in silver, when should you start playing in rank? Now, one thing I do want to clarify, this is totally up to you. You don't have to listen to my advice. I'm just going through what I've been through personally and what some friends have been with. I'll give you the example of when I was in season 2, at the start of season 2, I went to straight, I think, silver, and I ended up in silver at the end of the season. But I went into rank straight away, and I lost pretty much all of my promotion series because I remember it to this day. I was with really good players, on my team, sure. I will say that you will have good players on your team because that's just how League works. For every good player on the enemy team, you're more likely to have a good player on your team. But I had people that were better than me on the enemy team, and they just outplayed me, and I fed, and I just got outplayed. And that's how I kind of ended up in silver, and it's where I belong. I know it's where I was belonging back in Season 2. I had no complaints about that, etc. If I waited until things calmed down, in that instead of later on into the season when everybody has got their placement, and then when I went into placement matches, because generally placement matches are around 1200 ELO, it would have made it so that I would be with other silver players, and that would have actually been really helpful to me, in that I would have kind of been with my own skill level. Instead of getting really outplayed by like a gold player at the time, I would have been just generally playing with silver players, and that would probably have helped me quite some bit. So that, if you got anything out of that, I think it was rather confusing. If you're of lower ELO, so if you're a bronze, silver, I would hold off until maybe 2 weeks when the season comes out. Practice normals, practice new champions in normal games, because then when you go into your placement games, everybody kind of will settle down into what division they kind of stand in, and your placement matches will be better. You won't have the random gold or diamond, etc. player with you in your placement matches. You'll generally have people of like silver or bronze level. So that's kind of my first advice. So yeah, play. Well, you again play whenever you want to. If you want to go straight into ranked, no matter what rating you are, go ahead. I'm going to be going straight into ranked. I'm going to be going for Diamond 1 this season, or next season, Season 4. And yeah, to do that, I'm going to be going straight away. Obviously, university taking priority, and I'll be playing it whenever I have free time, etc., with still doing my studies. But yes, I will be going for it straight away. Now, again, the next thing is champions to play or roles to play. What should I play to get up higher, etc.? First and foremost is the most obvious thing. I'll probably say this whole thing. Play your main role, or try to. As someone that speaks from experience in that I can play anything in any role, that is kind of like a quote that I can always say at like a fancy dinner party, I guess. Play your role. Right now I'm maining jungle, and if I go to mid lane right now, my mid lane is rusty. Even though I have only played jungle for about a month, my mid lane is rusty. There's no getting around that. So yeah, I will more than likely do better in jungle than I will in mid lane, even though I've mained mid for like over a year in the past. So play your role you're most comfortable with at the time. If it does change throughout the season, that's fine. You can just swap, etc. But yeah, that is my biggest advice. And then go into that with champions. Play the champions you're most comfortable with. It's just pure logic, and it will help you win the most games. Obviously, try and play champions that work. Are viable, that are strong. If you're playing a weak champion, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. That's just obvious. Like, if you look at the game I'm currently in the background, we have a Zilean mid versus Zed. The fact is, this guy mained Zilean, even though he's a weaker champion, he actually owned this Zed. So it does show any champion can be any champion. Everybody thinks Zed is OP and everybody laughs at Zilean. But yeah, he's generally quite good. If you know him inside out anyway. So that is another thing to say. Play your main champions, even if they are a little bit weak. Just make sure you know them inside and out, etc. So that's generally what I want to say about when to play ranked. If you're lower ELO, then play later on in the season, not by much, maybe a week or so. If you're higher, then play straight away. That's my biggest advice. And then probably what should we move on to now? Okay, goals. This is another thing that I always kind of mention normally, in that set yourself goals. Not every single thing in life you set goals on. Now, I'm someone that has, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. It's a good thing if you achieve it, and it's also a bad thing if you achieve it. And what I'm going to say by this is, my goal for Season 3 was gold at the start of it. That was well, back then it was a very good goal for me. I was a silver player in Season 2, but I got gold in pre-season. I got high gold in pre-season 3. So as soon as Season 3 came out, I nearly jumped to platinum within about a month. And then I realised, whoa, okay, I'm platinum. And then for a few months, yes, I didn't play solo queue that often. I had a bit of league anxiety even then. So then I kind of realised when I got back into doing solo queue, when I became more confident, I was like, I can get diamond. And I set myself the goal for diamond. And when you don't achieve it, when you're working your way there and you've got a goal, God, you get frustrated. But it does help drive you. I will say that it does help drive you. If you're someone that just plays solo queue, you don't give a damn about your rating, you're probably not going to be as driven as the guy that wants that diamond, that wants that gold. It's just kind of a little bit of a fact. So yeah, that is just another advice. Have a little bit of a goal, but don't take it massively seriously. Just kind of have it in the back of your mind. Like, my example, my YouTube goal for this year is 10,000 subscribers. In that I've been doing YouTube for about 6 odd months now, and 10,000 subscribers in about 6 odd months would be fantastic for me. And that is a dream for mine. If I don't achieve it, it's not going to be the end of the world for me, but it's just helping me drive to make good content. Well, content I feel is good enough to achieve that, and that is like worthy of having that. But the same goes for solo queue. If you don't think that you're good enough for gold yet, set a little bit of, like, a smaller goal. If you're like silver 3, you want gold, set a goal for silver 2, silver 1. Just make your way up there and you become less frustrated with yourself. And that is a big one. Don't get frustrated with yourself in League. It's a game, treat it as a game. Even though I'm like Diamond 2-ish, I still treat League as a game. And I think you should. You know, silver, bronze, etc. player, even as I say, diamond player, should not take this game seriously enough. If you're professional, sure, go ahead. If you're even semi-professional, you're in a sponsored team like I am, take it partly, serious, but not fully. As I said, I'm in a sponsored team, and I don't take League that seriously. I'm never going to get myself worked up about it. I'm never going to flame someone to the hilt because of their feeding or their little bit of trolling because they're on the internet and they feel safe behind a screen. It's not who I am, and I don't think you guys should go down to that level. And it will help you achieve more goals in Season 4. So anyway, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say. This video, I think I covered most of what I wanted to say anyway, in when to start ranked, champions to main, etc. That was fairly obvious to say, but I just wanted to make sure I said it. And that's pretty much it, guys. So good luck in Season 4. I'm sure you guys will do well. I'll be going for Diamond 1, definitely in Season 4. I may even end up there in Season 3. By the time this video goes out, I may be Diamond 2 back already, and then who knows, I may be able to get Diamond 1 before the season's out. I was very close a few months ago to Diamond 1, and it looks like I'm working my way back there now. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will also say, well, the question of this video is, do you want to see this full game commentary of Thresh? You've kind of seen 11.5 odd minutes of it already, so if you don't think it's worth it, that's completely fine. But if you do want to see the full thing of me explaining my mind process, etc., of what I'm doing on Thresh, then yeah, say in the comments below and I will make that happen. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.